What do you want me to rant? I'll yell about anything you want me to. I'll do it, whatever you want.
I don't know, just
Hey,
chill.
well, hold on. Hey,
What?
how spicy? Not spicy.
Oh, what does that mean?
How spicy?
Like,
Not spicy.
what kind of spicy?
I mean, I just feel like it should.
Go
I don't
on.
know. I don't know. It feels like people are trying to um
And we are
explain away.
live. Just just to let you know.
Cool. It feels like people are trying to explain away a certain gesture. You know what I'm saying? And it's just. I feel like history has kind of cemented for us
Oh yeah.
that gesture.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard to. You got to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Especially if you do it. So if you do it twice, he did it.
Yeah.
He did it twice.
Mhm.
Is the thing. So
It's the commonality of it's so popular. There's no way you can be like, I didn't know.
right,
Kind of thing.
right. Also remembering. Let's be very clear of where him from.
Bro.
Yeah.
Where is he from?
South
Africa.
Africa.
Oh.
You know, the place
Oh.
that had.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So you know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, it just
Mr.
seems a
Emerald
little.
Mines.
Just seems a little weird, and like, if you're trying to explain it as anything other than what it was, you're weird for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Elon or whoever this random tech billionaire we could be
Right.
talking about, whoever we could be talking
So
about,
many. It could be so
any-
many.
Yeah.
any person
Anybody.
who is the
Really.
equivalent of the 12-year-old who does a salute and thinks it's funny and pisses his pants and has to go home for
Yeah.
the day. Like, it could be any tech CEO like that. But it's Musk.
Yeah, any
Yeah, but
cringe
he's-
child whose dad didn't really love him. Yeah.
He was throwing his heart to the crowd. What?
What?
That's not how you throw. You,
No wonder
He has
you're
a
in
heart?
tech. You're really
Right.
bad at
Sounds fake.
sports.
mhm. Also, I'm fairly certain that
Your right.
I
Your heart's
heard.
on the left side.
Right.
I like.
Thank you, Dr. LC. Like
Thank
this
you.
this we need this.
Mm-hmm.
I liked some people. I were like, no, it's the Roman salute. I was like, what the fuck do you
Right.
think? Yeah,
Right, that's
people.
the-
I have that one way to hit the point and miss it.
You just it didn't stick. You did the point just completely eluded you. Just like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
As you
nice
can
to be
tell, we
back
are
with
having
you
a
guys.
time today.
We
We are
are.
definitely having a time today. But we are here, and I'm hoping everybody has a chance to let some pent up emotions out with what adventure we will be having tonight. Kian, are you up for giving our channel introduction? I realized I didn't ask you ahead of time.
That's totally fine. I can certainly do that. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to hang out at Entropy Emporium. First and foremost, we are raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. It is very obvious why that is important work to do. And we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Keep all eyes on the world around you, particularly given the week that we're having. Pay attention to the world around you. Do not just blind yourself to things, but also take care of yourself because it be brutal out there. The other thing is that if you like what we do have a Discord server. Come hang out, come yell about things with us. If I can post the link, come yell about things with us. Come socialize, share pictures of your pet, share pictures of yourself, and we'll tell you how hot you are. It's a very supportive place. It's a very, very loving community. But yeah, that is all that I have. So I'll send it back to you, JD.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Kian. All right. Diving into things ahead of tonight. This is They Call Us Villains. This is a horror masks game, and as such, deals with a lot of themes that, especially these days, may be of added intensity. And so, as a reminder, some of the content warnings for They Call Us Villains are institutional violence, forced institutionalization, medical abuse, psychological abuse and gaslighting, themes in line with real-world conversion therapy, body horror, gore, and blood, references to isolation, seclusion, sedation, bad/toxic/emotionally abusive parenting, And as in recent sessions, unreality will continue to be a theme, as will potential mentions of needles, injections, and degenerative illness, particularly as our group is breaking into a medical facility tonight. Which is, an interesting trajectory to be on, to have gone from breaking out of one, so to speak, and now breaking back in to cause some problems on purpose. And we love that for all of these characters. And so, with that, I'm going to let our cast go around, introduce themselves, tell us who they are playing and what playbook their character uses. And, because we had this conversation just going into tonight, tell us how many conditions your character has. For some, this might be a very low number, for others, a little bit higher. But we are going to start, as we always do, with Harp.
Hi, I'm Harper. I'm playing Mara, who is she has two conditions. Which is a notable number because if she rolls a stinker on a charged powers roll, it means she gets 5 conditions, which is the bad number, instantly. But I'd have to roll a 3 or a lower. Have to roll a 2 or a 3. No, I could actually. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm Harper. Hi, I'm playing Mara.
I was going to encourage us to maybe stop there before we put any more of that energy into the world. All right, Kian, you are up next.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them. Relatively recently changed because gender is not real. I am playing Valen. I gotta click back over to the tab. Valen has 1 condition, which means that Valen is tied for winning first place right now, which is really rad. So I will take that.
Honestly, I love that for them. All right, up next, we have Q.
Hi, it me. I am Q. I have he, him pronouns. And I'm playing young Mr. Connor Creed, the transformed playbook, also he, him. And he's only got 1. It's the one he pretty much always has, but he's only got 1.
There are times where I think about giving you that condition just kind of permanently, but
I'm not gonna
I
be.
wouldn't do that to you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I pretty much always have it on there, so I may just keep it there. It seems reasonable.
That's valid until one of your teammates does a really good comfort and support role, and then we have a reason to take it away, at least for a little.
Yeah, temporarily for sure.
Temporarily. Steph, you are up next as you're making that face at me.
Rude. Hi, I'm Steph. She, her pronouns. Tonight I am playing Lil Gal Scylla Tarn, also she, her, the Doom playbook. She's done nothing wrong ever in her life. She's got 2 conditions, and one of them is for her worst stats. So that's already a -2 to that stat. So it's gonna be a time.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Honestly.
she'll just make her stronger, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Make those teeth even
So
stronger.
strong, so superior.
All right, Elsie, you are up next.
I'm Elsie. I play Ellie Ellison, and I have no conditions. I'm actually winning with the least number of conditions. Yeah.
Ellie, don't you?
No.
I'm pretty sure you
Interesting.
have.
Do you
2.
want to
You
try that
3.
again, Elsie?
Yeah, I thought you have 3.
No.
Interesting. Interesting, because like looking at it here, on our sheet, it says 3.
Mm.
So now I know you didn't go to school for math,
I did not.
but 3 is not the same as 0.
I see how your opinion there could be different.
Opinion.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I feel like that's empirical evidence, but sure, go off. Go off, Queen.
I have 3 conditions.
Thank you.
I have 3 conditions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which I do believe if I mean you could be winning if we're going for the highest number of
True.
conditions.
I am number 1 at
Something.
conditions.
Having conditions.
I have
Failing.
conditions.
Oof.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Rose? That's so rude to me. I am number 1 at failing. Yeah. That's how I got here.
All right, Rose, you are up last.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Rose. I use they, she pronouns. I will be playing Theodora Lomax, who uses she, her pronouns. And I, I want to say I have at least one condition. I think at the very least, if I remembered the last events that Theo was a part of, she was probably a little traumatized, a little guilty, a little hopeless, just a little. You
Just a
cradle
little.
the dead body of your son, and then you find out that's all a dream. It's good times.
Yeah. Yeah, you were having a normal one, Theo.
Aren't we all?
And I am your storyteller, JD. I will be playing everyone else. Also, tonight, maybe, and I can't speak in absolutes because nothing ever goes quite according to plan, but theoretically, we may be bringing this part of Theo's story to a close this evening.
Oh.
It has been super, super fun playing with you guys. And yeah, thanks for having me. We'll see what happens.
Oh boy.
You mean we get to fight
absolutely
you?
see.
Can we fight you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to calm down. Okay.
Play to find out.
Yeah. Find out in RP,
Oh, God.
everyone.
Too excited to kill me, Mom. But I can't do it anymore because your son's already mad at me.
No PPR
No.
7.
No PPS7.
All right. With this energy that we are bringing into tonight, we are going to jump right into the action, and we are going to jump into the action with Theo. Theo, you have been walking for what feels like an endless time. You have been in your house, but it is not your house. Doors open to places that they should not go. And even more disconcertingly, it's missing everything. It's missing furniture. It's missing pictures. It's missing. I have to ask, are any of the walls in Theo's home actually painted colors?
I think that's too distracting for a suitable learning and growing environment. So no, it's probably all gray.
And so it is just gray walls all around you, hardwood floors beneath your feet, stairs that should go down going up, and vice versa. And no sound of anyone else. No footsteps, no response when you call Casey's name. What's going through Theo's head in this moment?
I think there's two main thoughts, and they kind of compound and reflect and refract on each other. The one thought is, of course, the motivating factor that keeps her moving on from this place, which is I need to find my son. I need to find Casey. Um, it's what's driving her literally forward. But we see her moving, and it's at a calm and reflective pace. because while she's still looking for her son, this is the most at peace she's ever been. There's no one around, there's no thoughts. She can actually think for herself for once, which is, she can't remember the last time she was able to do that. So I think at some point it's almost trance like as she calls out for Casey, both in her mind and with her voice, with her physical voice. And still just walking like a ghost in whatever place this is.
And as you're walking, Theo, I imagine that there is a part of you that wants, in some ways, just to stay here. Even if Casey isn't here, this is the most quiet it has ever been. There's no other voices to try to filter out. There's no wondering which voice is actually yours amidst the cacophony. But there's that gnawing sense of wrongness that Casey isn't there, because you start to remember bits and pieces. You remember being in Hemlock. You remember being in the town of Hemlock. You remember being in the hospital. You remember what you saw there. And then you remember a brief glimpse into a space that was filled with holiday cheer. Space that in some ways it feels like you were pushed out of. Or, well, this is Theo, so maybe you just decided to leave.
A lady never tells.
Theo, how strong is the urge to see your son again?
Stronger than the urge than the urge to stay here. And I think that in itself is pretty damn strong, because this is the first time that someone who, before her own incident, prided herself on knowing and being the master of her own thoughts. So there's a moment of, I could just at least stay here and know myself, or go back and risk losing it all, but I could make sure he's okay. And I don't think she hesitates. And she keeps going.
And this time, Theo, as you come to a door, which ostensibly might be for the basement or attic, you're not quite sure which, because the entire geometry of this house is not right. You see that rather than the gray walls, there's just darkness. Do you step through?
I think there's still that moment of hesitation. The hand reaches back, but then she commits, knowing with at least her last, potentially her last silent thought, that she chose that. And she'll walk through, open the door.
And there's a moment, Theo, as you step in, where that quiet continues. That quiet is actually absolute. You can no longer hear your footsteps on the ground. And you realize, if you do choose to look over your shoulder, that there's no longer a doorway there. you are just in complete and utter darkness.
I think she does look back, but she remains steadfast in walking, just continuing on.
You're not sure how long you were walking before you step into this space, but it does not feel like a long time that you are between one space and another. You feel a door handle almost materialize under your hand. And when you open that door, you see bright fluorescent light spilling through. You see a tiled hallway, white walls, and there's a moment where you think, is this Hemlock? Have I found my way back to Hemlock? And I imagine that's the moment you also realized you are in a lab coat yourself. And if you look down at the embroidery on the lapel, this identifies you as Dr. Theodora Lomax, researcher at C.O.S.M.O.S.
I think I'm not sure if there's any reflective surface or like how sometimes the fire extinguisher's glass will
Mm-hmm.
show the image back. But if she goes and looks, does she look the same or is this a younger version that's looking back at her?
This is a younger version. This is
Yeah.
5 to 10 years younger.
I think we see that she kind of instinctively adjusts her hair, now much more auburn, and the gray hasn't come in at all, and adjusts her glasses. And I think the seeing Dr. Lomax fills her with confusion, but also pride, and both of those are fighting for dominance. Is she holding anything, a clipboard, or just right now she's dropped in the hallway?
Right now, she's just dropped in the hallway, but almost as you're looking at your hands, feeling like they are emptier than they should be, you hear footsteps approaching you, and you see Misty, the postdoc resident, walking towards you, a clipboard in hand, and they say, Dr. Lomax, your next patient is ready for their consultation.
Yeah, yes, of course. You said postdoctoral? Okay. Of course, Dr. Misty. Thank you. We'll, the subject's been prepped. Anything I should know about, just they're ready for me.
Well, Dr. Lomax, I would never presume to tell you how to do your job, but this is a consultation. They are in quite a bit of distress, and they are wanting to ensure that they make the accurate and appropriate choice with regard to what the next step in their treatment looks like.
straightens up and goes, "Of course, Dr. Misty, that's why we keep you around." Right. Well, I'm sure with my guidance, they'll be able to make the right choice. Why don't you lead me to subject's room?
And Misty walks you down to examination room 3. And you can see that the light above the door is red, indicating that there is a person in there. And Misty steps back and lets you take the reins on this.
Theodora takes the clipboard and reads the patient name. Walks in, takes a seat. I'm sure right now it's a little obscured who she's talking to, but she turns and good morning. It says here, Lucian, yes. My name is Dr. Lomax. I am here to advise you on your treatment plan. Course of here to help make sure you pick the next path you feel is appropriate for the safety of yourself and of others. Do I have your permission to ask you some questions?
And we now see Lucian sitting there. He is covered in blood, and he is holding the half mask of the Phantom of the Opera in his hand. And he looks tired. And there's a moment where he doesn't respond, but then looks up at Theodora and says, "The safety of others is all I care about. Whatever you need to know, Doc, I'm ready to tell you. I just want this to stop."
And I empathize with what you're going through. You see, she looks kind of left to right, knowing full well they're being recorded. This is part of the spiel. She takes a scripted look left and look right and says, "My division here at C.O.S.M.O.S is focusing on how our powers manifest and how they can be better controlled and modified, even removed when they become detriments to others. I know firsthand how much of a burden these types of abilities can be. It was only recently that I was unable to tell what my own thoughts were versus the thoughts of others. I was constantly under threat from manipulation and from depersonalization, and I was able to, with my partners here at C.O.S.M.O.S, limit the effects of my powers. I'm a telepath. was. Now, I choose what to do. I can tell the voices no. If you would like help to avoid all this, we'll get you. Jared, we're going to want someone to come clean this up. And coffee, you look like you like coffee. We can work together to make sure this doesn't happen again, and that the safety of others is prioritized. We can help here at C.O.S.M.O.S.
You can promise me that I'm never gonna kill another theater full of people again?
Yes. You only did this because you're different. You only did this because you were not able to control yourself. If we gave a toddler a loaded gun, we shouldn't be surprised when the toddler hurts someone. Yes? That's basic logic. But if we take the gun away, we can keep everyone safe. Let's take your gun away.
Because I'm a toddler.
No, you're someone who just murdered a theater full of people. So I'm trying to disarm you. We could, of course, ask all the families and friends of the people you killed. We could see what they think about the situation.
No, we don't.
Are you
need
sure?
to do
Because
that.
I can probably hear them.
No, we do not.
They're not happy.
Doc, you are correct. You raise a valid point. I don't need that. I'm here because I want help.
And this is the help that we are here to provide. Whatever you were doing clearly wasn't working. Otherwise, there'd be a theater full of people being able to go home to their families and friends. So, Lucian, we're going to have you record a video of yourself consenting to this treatment. And we'll go ahead and make sure that there is no mistake that you are here of your own free will and volition, and you're here to get better. I promise we can help you.
How long do I have to decide?
Of course, you understand that here at C.O.S.M.O.S, we partner with all sorts of people, private defense contractors, military, all sorts of world governments, due to the sensitive nature of our partnerships and of the work that we do. We're going to need an answer before you leave. Participation in the program is voluntary, but if our enemies were able to understand the type of ramifications we are dealing with, well, no one would be safe. You think a theater full of people is bad? Well, it's a good thing C.O.S.M.O.S is here. So, take as long as you want, but decide before you leave. There's no... The decision you make will affect many people. And I think you should think about the greater good. All the people who are missing someone tonight when you make your choice, Lucian. Jared, make that a water as well. I think we should get water and coffee.
Lucian isn't looking at you, is not meeting your eyes. Their gaze briefly moves towards the clock on the wall, though I'm actually imagining their gaze moves towards that, but there's no clock where one should be. And they just nod and say, "Yeah, I'll think about everything you said, Doc, and I'll let you know my answer before I leave."
Good.
And I'll think about who has been affected and will be affected by the choices that I make.
I think that's very responsible. If you ever want your perspective affirmed, you just ask for Dr. Lomax. They'll be in with some refreshments later. You can look forward to hearing your answer. I think she sees herself out at that point, satisfied with that they were going to make the right choice.
And I think we just linger on Lucian sitting there in the room, looking at the blood on his hands, looking at the bloodied mask that he's holding. And we see him take a deep breath. I have to do what protects the most people. I have to do what's right. I just hope I can make this choice. And then we move away from them and out of the facility and onto the road where two horse-drawn carriages are traveling at a rapid pace. And we see a less awkward carriage and a carriage where there is uncomfortable tension as Rook and Ellie are not seated together. And with that, as we are heading towards C.O.S.M.O.S, with the energy in the other carriage being a little less awkward, what does the discussion as you approach C.O.S.M.O.S look like? Because I believe that's the carriage with Scylla, Connor, and Valen.
I think there's still tension, but not inward, right? It's all potential kinetic energy, right? Potential tension for what is ahead. Um, Connor is coiled and ready to strike. Doesn't know what lies ahead, but he knows that there are a lot of lives that he cares about. So he is ready or preparing for anything.
Scylla's just kind of leaned up like against Connor's arm, just kind of doing the whole like limp weighted, acting as like the weighted blanket thing she does sometimes, just for both him and her sake. And it's just kind of like trying to get sorted back together after all the weird shit in the town, just kind of darting, looks up at the sky for a bit, and then she's like, no, if I just don't look at it, it can't blink at me again. And thinks for a moment, is like, so when we get there, are we gonna go through the front door? Or are we gonna, like, find a window?
I'm not sure yet.
I mean, I don't think if we ask them, hey, could you give us the compound for our friend, they're just gonna hand it over,
Yeah,
right?
they're not working.
What was that, Ellie? Hi.
He's having tech issues.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I mean, we might be able to go in and say, "Hey, we were told to come here if we need help."
okay. So we go there and say we need help. And we say, we, do we tell them about the compound, or do we just... I'm not good at planning things.
I think, given that there are so many of us, we should have a group that's going in through the front door, and then the
Oh.
other group that is sneaking in. I can't go with the sneaky group. I'm too big.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you could still be real quiet though, but I understand.
Yeah, but like, if we have to get through somewhere small, I don't really fit through small.
I can, and I can tell you what it felt like if you'd like.
No, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Just, just be safe.
Yeah, I will be
Someone
very
tries to,
safe.
someone tries to hurt you, bite them.
Yes, bite very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I bite my friends.
Right.
Just a firm bite.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will be safe. I will come back, and I will give you a big hug when I do.
Good.
And you stay safe too. You're very good at talking, so I'm sure you'll get them to listen to you.
Okay.
Who else would be good to sneak? Valen, do you like sneaking?
I have a bit of experience with it, yeah.
Do you want to be on Team Sneak?
I think that'd probably be a good place for me.
Yes. You and I are on Team Sneak. Connor is going Team... I guess Team Front Door? Team... Talking? Yeah, Scylla
Yep,
doesn't know
you
that.
know.
I do.
You know.
I know, Scylla don't.
I
What's
think
that?
Valen tries to keep the straightest face and just says, yeah, team front door, team back door. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Team Front Door, Team Back Door. Okay. So, Connor's Team Front Door. Do you think...
Harp is losing.
It's real hard not to listen.
The funny, I think it just gets funnier because you just keep saying it.
It doesn't know. Okay. So I guess should Ellie go with Connor then, because Ellie's good at talking too. I guess. Well, does that mean Ellie and her boyfriends should go with Mara? I mean, should go with Connor, and then Yumi and Mara goes through the sneaky way, or does Mara think? Mara, do you want to be sneaky or do you want to be talkative?
I'm not fully imagining that Scylla has just like stuck her entire body out of the side of the carriage and
Yes.
is just yelling this at top volume.
Yep. Like, Mara!
Sorry, Zane. What? Leans over. Zane.
Do you want to be the sneaky team or the talking team?
I don't think I'm very good at either one of those things.
I mean, there's
should-
only 2 teams, so you gotta pick.
You should be with my team.
Okay, I'm with Connor.
Okay. Oh,
Anyways,
right.
Zane,
Valen said that's
you still
team
before
front
me?
door.
So we're splitting up into teams. Looks at Ellie and Zane and Casey.
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'm on Connor's team. That's all I know.
Okay.
Connor's gonna take out his phone and call Ellie.
I forgot we had phone.
Big brain, big brain.
This is
Answer-
why
okay.
Connor's the captain.
Like this conversation is had like the very like short back and forth of like one word's like okay like and you don't have any other information and then Connor's buzzing the phone is like all right this makes more sense and they answer the phone.
Hey Ellie, can you put me on speaker, please?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, given that we're trying to get in to get some compounds and also solve whatever issue is here so that we can get out of this mess that we're in, I think we should go at this in 2 teams. We should have one team that goes in the front and the other team that tries to sneak around to find another way in.
Valen just yells in the background, "Team backdoor! Say that it's team backdoor. You know what it is."
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
So the distraction team will be going in the front door. The infiltration team will find another way in.
Connor, I
Okay.
assume you and I are the distraction team?
Yes, we are going to be a part of the distraction team. Zane, I want you with me.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're good friends now.
Great.
We certainly are.
Which one is Ghosty?
Gray is ghosty.
Gray's
Gray is
ghosty.
Ghosty. And Gray in the normal. Is he the speedster?
Yes.
Okay. Gray. Do you have powers other than being a ghost?
I don't think being a ghost is a power, Connor. But, I'm glad that I haven't just disappeared and become completely invisible to everyone.
No, you're still here.
Eh.
I wanted to know, have you tried walking through walls yet?
Yeah.
Did you walk through a wall?
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
So it is powers then.
I mean, I guess, but I can't rob a bank because I can't rob a bank because I can't carry anything.
But you can go into rooms that are closed.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to count that as a part of your power set. Okay.
So which
Case-
team am I on? Which team? My own team?
Infiltration, probably.
Like,
Unless you want to try to like phase through someone and talk to them through their brain directly. I don't know. What team do you think you're on, Gray?
Connor's looking at his phone like, are you dumb?
That's why I was asking you. Obviously, I haven't thought of that.
Okay, you are going to be a part of the infiltration team since you can walk through walls. What are your other powers? It's going to put it on mute. Valen. What were Gray's powers?
Fast. Super fast.
Great. So fast and can go through doors. This
The
is
going through doors is new, but yes.
okay, but I mean the ghost part seems new because he wasn't a ghost before.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, so off of mute. So since you are fast and can go through walls and things, you're going to be a part of the infiltration team. So infiltration is going to be Scylla, Valen, Gray. How many of us are there? There's 8 of
At least
us,
the one
yeah?
without a team yet, I think.
And
Well-
also Casey.
Right. Well, I know that Casey freaks out if he's not with Gray.
Oh, right.
So, also part of infiltration team.
If you put too many people with infiltration, don't you think it's going to be a little more loud and suspicious?
Yeah,
I
I don't
was-
think that guy's. Sorry, Connor.
If it's Valen, Scylla, Casey, and Gray, that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's me, Mara, Zane, and Ellie.
Okay, Elsie can't count. So, anyways, we already established this. I'm just saying. I can't count.
It's okay. It's been a really long day.
So, the 4 of us, especially because Ellie, you're the one that has the condition that we're trying to fix.
I thought we fixed it.
Probably.
Kind of, but
I was, like,
someone
Dying, right?
gave me a clue here about the thing we needed to fix, so I don't know if it's actually fixed.
Oh. So I could start dying again?
Possibly.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Not
So
gonna think about that.
those are the 2 teams. I think we need to split up. We don't need to bring both of the carriages to the front of the building because that's suspicious. So
Yeah.
infiltration team needs to go together and distraction team needs to go together.
So we just have to switch Casey and Connor. Oh, sorry.
Nope. Go ahead.
We just have to switch Casey and Connor then, right?
Yeah.
But Connor, get over
Um,
here. That's good conversation.
Okay.
And the carriages come to a stop. And again, you may recall there's no one that's been driving them.
Yep.
But they stop alongside one another. And Connor, you have the opportunity to swap with Casey and join the awkward carriage for the remainder of this trip.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, hold on. Me and Mara need to. Mara's already over there. Right, I
Mhm.
forgot. Yeah, so yeah, me. But that means Casey and Gray need to go to the other one, though.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Yay.
So yeah, I was like, two people need to move. I just don't.
We can all
Yeah.
do math to some degree.
Yeah, Casey and Gray switch, and then I switch with them. So yeah, and then we'll have the distraction carriage go, and then we'll have the other one split off.
Connor, I'm gonna, have you make one of those rolls that I just like to make. That's
Oh,
a little unethical, doesn't completely align with the rules the way they're written. I'm gonna have you roll with superior,
okay.
but I'm not gonna specifically have you to roll to assess the situation quite yet.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I got real scared. I got real scared. So that's 8 minus 1 is 7.
Still a success.
Yerp.
And so, with that, Connor, as you are stepping out of the carriage, you and only you pick this up because everyone else is distracted by the other people around them, by the tension, by the awkwardness, by all of those things. But you have this moment where you step out, and it is one of those cold, clear, crisp nights where you can feel the cold on your nose and throat as you breathe in. And as you take this moment to breathe in, you catch a scent that has been there, the scent of pine. But then you catch the scent of something else. Something that has the smell of animal. And you hear loud hoofbeats moving not quite towards you, a little off to the side. But whatever is making them is large. You can feel the ground beneath your feet tremble. And you can start to hear the heavy breathing of an animal in movement. Do with that what you will.
Okay. Okay. And is that when we're like there, or as we're?
As you're making the exchange.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like I have to. I'm gonna look.
What you initially see looks like shadows. It looks like rippling in the darkness. And there's a moment when you look, when you think, it's just that it's gotten dark so fast. It's just that it's evening. But then you realize what you're seeing, that movement, that rippling, isn't an animal. It's just the legs.
Oh no.
So whatever is there is massive.
Okay. Get in the carriage. Get in the carriage now. Go. Yeah, I'm hopping
And
in. We're fucking.
Is it like massive, like the thing in fuck, what movie is that? Not The Witch, the other one with the hikers.
oh, the ritual.
The ritual, yeah, that one, the giant dude.
It's not unlike that.
Oof.
Ew!
I love that little guy. He's so good. I love
That
that.
wasn't a little guy! Oh!
He's a little guy in my heart. I love him. I love him very much. That's one of my favorite boys. Thank you.
So when you say it's just the legs, it's like in the tree line, it's just the legs? Like,
Something like that. It's a little hard to see in the darkness, but the good news is only Connor has seen this. The rest of you have been thus far spared from this image.
yay!
I don't know if that's better or worse. You get to decide.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get myself in a position where I have it to my side of the carriage so I can look to see how high it go up.
And Connor, you're again not sure if it's just the fact that it is dark out, but you can't seem to gauge that. You keep looking up and looking up and looking up, and that rippling is still there.
Okay.
It's below the stars. You know that much.
That's lovely. Okay. Okay. Whatever we do, we need to do this quickly. Or at least get in the building quickly. I don't think we're safe from our horned friend,
Oh.
our antlered friend. And he's bigger now.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, let's go. Let's go fast. How far are we from Cosmos?
You were about halfway there when you stopped, but the
Okay.
horses pick up their pace as you ask them to move faster. Again, strange because they're doing what you're telling them, but no one is there to guide them.
Well, they're magic.
True story, they're Santa's reindeer.
Oh.
So is what is following you. That is
Fuck
also
you!
Santa's reindeer.
No, thank you.
Stop
No, thank
lying.
you. No, thank you.
And so you all are continuing to make your way towards the C.O.S.M.O.S facility. Half of you are going to provide a distraction. Half of you are going to sneak your way inside. What I would like, and I know it's a little unequal given our balance, but I would like between Mara and Ellie, and then between Scylla, Mara, Ellie, and Connor, and then Scylla and Valen, for one person from each group to be, we'll say, effectively our team leader for this mission. And you will be the person to roll to assess the situation as you approach.
Okay.
I have a +1 to superior.
Okay. I have a -1. So if you want to take that.
I also have a +1. What conditions do you have?
I have angry and afraid, so comfort, support, or pierce the mask or engage. Those are my minuses.
Okay.
You can do it if you want.
So we're equal, and I don't know. I have bad luck in general, so I think you should be the leader.
Okay, Mara it is.
So I have guilty, which affects my assess, which is already my low stat.
I have +1 in superior, so I'm happy to roll.
I think you should be that one because right now I'm at a -3 actually, since I thought it was a -1.
Let's
It's
go,
actually
Valen.
-2, and I'm already at -1 for superior. So we're
Let's go, Valen.
at the struggle bus tonight on that.
Plus, Valen, you also have straight up creeping, so we love that for you
I
as
do.
well.
Do I? So I get to ask my straight up creeping question on top of.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
I will give you that.
What do I have? Okay, I rolled a 7. My question from straight up creeping is going to be what's my best way in or out. So it's my best way in.
And what other question will you choose for assess the situation?
Fuck. I don't know, JD.
I mean, it could be, if you want to phrase how could we best end this quickly, as could we locate it, or how can I use something to locate
I will
where
take
the compound could
modifications.
be?
Okay,
Since we
okay.
need to figure out where in the building this motherfucker is.
Right. And
Yeah.
I would have given the infiltration team the code.
Oh,
we
that's
were
right.
doing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Is there a way for me to to know from the outside where we should enter from? Am I allowed to ask that question?
Yeah, I think that is fair. And so first of all, it is very clear like you are going to want to be as far away from the main entrance as is possible. And you can see as you're approaching the building that there is a door on the roof. You can also see that there are definitely doors around the back. And the plus side of the roof, you're pretty sure that one is not going to be guarded. Downside is it is on the roof, but you have someone who is very bendy. You are not a stranger to breaking and entering. You have someone else who can walk through walls. And you have someone else who has to be there for the person who can walk through walls. So
and a criminal. So it's
and is a criminal.
3 criminals
so
and a slinky girl.
New on Fox.
And so with that, Valen, you're pretty sure that you can get everyone up to the roof, and that if you go on the side, no one's probably going to see you because they're paying attention to the front door and the back door, much as was identified. But now you're going in through the roof. I think your next thought is Gray can go through walls and no one can see him. So you could also send him in that way and have him then meet you on the roof and be able to give you a map of the building.
Valen looks between Gray and Casey and preemptively tells Casey to shut up, and then looks to Gray and says, I need you to map the place and figure out where exactly it is that we're supposed to go. The rest of us are going to try to go through the roof.
And Casey just grumbles, thought we were going in through the back door.
Oh my god, can you
Well,
not
your
be a
boyfriend
baby
is,
about
so
this?
calm down.
And Gray seems to be trying to diffuse this and says, yeah, I can map it out. It'll take me like 10 seconds. Do we have 10 seconds?
I think so.
And I'm looking for
Where they would keep the compounds to treat Ellie with. The medicine stuff. I guess it's in a vial? It's probably a vial.
Oh shit, Ellie's sick.
When you died, did you hit your head?
She was fine the last time I saw her. I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a weird. It's been. Yeah. Okay, Ellie's sick. Ellie needs a vial. And you think it's in here.
Yes, we know it's in here. They're the ones who made it.
All right. Yeah, I will find that. Maybe I can find a computer to break in. Anyways, we'll see what I can find in that amount of time.
Okay.
Perfect. Meet us on the roof after.
All right, and so your group has a plan. With our distraction, Mara.
So I know we all just kind of put a lot of faith in Mara and her ability to roll well. It is 5 total.
No.
We love potential.
Yeah, I was going to say mark potential.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Mara, your plan is
Wait,
so
doesn't Harp
solid.
have a reroll if she wants
Yes.
to use it?
That's
Because
true.
Harp is
Oh,
amazing
yes.
at doing tech.
Yes.
Holy
In fact, you
shit.
have 2 re-rolls, one for
So
last
cool.
time and one for this time. Thank you, Steph. I
You're
forgot about
welcome.
that.
I'm not
Forgive me.
joking. That's an 11 on the dice.
Let's go.
That's
Let's go, baby. Oh,
That's what happens when you're the tech wizard.
Oh, I love freebies. Okay. So first here is for sure, right? What here is the biggest threat, so we can keep it off of the infiltration team, right?
Correct.
And then the second is gonna be what I feel like what here is the most vulnerable to me, in a sense of like what will actually like respond to us distracting, like what can we do to like get people around us and paying attention to us here.
You could do get help.
Tempting to encourage that. And so, Mara, as you're thinking through the resources that you have available and considering these questions, I think it goes without saying that you recognize whatever that antlered figure is, that may be the biggest threat, at least out here. So you are pretty sure you do not want to be outside for any length of time. In terms, though, of inside, you can't see anything right now, but you automatically think back to your first day at Hemlock when the rooms were sealed and where there were materials that disrupted powers. You're pretty sure that in terms of the biggest threat there, it would be something that you can't see or can't quite predict that could interfere with any of your powers in the way that they've been interfered with before. And in terms of the what is most vulnerable to me, it does stand out to you that you've got a very awkward team, but a very good team to be going in. And you can decide how you feel about this. But all of you could walk in and claim to be patients. You're all powered. They're looking for powered people. You're going to be able to hold their attention if you do that. And they're not going to think twice about what you're doing there.
Guys, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever been a kid at a doctor's office and you just didn't want to get a shot?
Yeah.
I think we can be the worst patients these people have ever had.
That
What do you mean?
I mean, like, let's go in there and be as annoying as humanly possible. It should come naturally to some of us.
who are you talking to, Harp?
I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to the group.
Okay.
Yep, that last sentence was an attack.
I didn't look at
That
anybody while
was
saying
for
it in
you.
particular.
I said, I don't think that was
Okay.
for you, babes.
I don't think so either. I think it's for Rook. But oh, all
um.
right.
So we go in there, and we're just gonna be assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, powers can be unpredictable. So
Yeah, be dramatic, be annoying, be overly worried about everything. Just like be annoying and then just like get up and walk around places so they don't know where you are. And just like,
Okay.
but not like to know where you are so they actually like search the place. Just be like, "Ugh, I have to do this now. Like, can we get more people down around the patient area? Like that kind of thing.
keep going to the
I
bathroom.
don't know. Yeah, keep going to the bathroom. Ask for a bunch of shit. Ask for like cafeteria food or whatever.
If they ask you to pee in a cup, say you can't. Say you need more water.
Yeah.
It delays treatment.
Okay. Okay.
Accidentally kick the vial out their hand and say you have a knee reflex. And then it smashes and they have to get another one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if anybody has any better idea, like we could just like make a scene at the front without doing that, but I don't know if we want them to like be with us for a long time because I don't know how long it's going to take infiltration team, right? So
Right.
like if we want to keep them with us and not just kick us out, then we should put a carrot on a stick, right?
Mm-hmm. Let them take us deeper into the facility.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Okay. I think it's a good plan.
And so, as the teams prepare for their respective missions, we see carriage 1 pull up in front of C.O.S.M.O.S, walk towards the door, ready to cause their distraction. We see team infiltration getting up to the roof. I trust you all have the ability to climb. I will not make anyone make rolls for that. This is not D&D.
Well, Scylla can bite through the icier parts to crack the ice for them.
Correct. Correct. And again, we have 3 criminals with you, so it is fine. Well, 2 criminals, because Gray has disappeared inside the building. And we, in fact, briefly follow him as he runs through, looking at pausing long enough to look at different doors, looking at those emergency schematics that are placed in buildings as protocol, and then stops for a few extra sessions in front of a door that is cracked open in a way that does not actually equate to patient privacy. And we hear Lucian say, "All right, Dr. Lomax, I've made my decision." And that is where we are going to take our break.
Yep.
No.
It's
No.
Connor's boyfriend. That's our
I'm sure
friend.
they made the right choice.
Hey, Theo.
Hmm?
I'm about to fuck you up, and I love you so much.
I love you, and
I love you.
that
I
means
love you,
that's an
Dan.
honor.
But dusty ass Meemaw's about to get a 1-2. A
It's
2-piece
the
of
best
a
thing I ever
biscuit.
came up with.
It was
We'd love
pretty
to
good.
see it.
Yes, Mima, no pee pee having ass. No pee
We'll
pee
see who
having
gets
All
there
right.
first.
Yeah, we'll be back in 10
don't-
minutes.
No.
Okay, bye
I need to
everybody.
know now.
Have a water. I don't know what we say before
Have a
breaks.
water one. I
talking,
will.
Elsie.
I'm gonna. Okay, so everybody.
Stop saying that threateningly, Katie.
Yeah, JD. Anyways, your opinion on this doesn't matter. Fact is, Hopper has Riz, and now they're closing It's Tough to Be a Bug. None of the kids will be traumatized anymore. They already took Mr. Toad's Wild Ride away. So like, what's there to traumatize?
Wait, they did what?
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride has been gone, man.
Since when?
At Disney World? Since like the early 2000s. I went back to try and conquer my feels. It was gone. It's still at Disneyland. And Tay and I rode that ride, and we were like,
No, wait. We rode Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I swear, in 20.
Wait, is Disney World California or Florida?
Florida.
Florida.
We
What
didn't
did we
go to
ride? What did
we
we
didn't
ride?
go to Disney that much because
rode
the
the
lines were
ghost.
always ass. That's why we didn't go to Disney a lot. We
But-
were
But it is gone. And so is It's Tough to Be a Bug. So is the entirety of Dino Land. They're replacing Dinosaur with the fucking Indiana Jones ride. It's a good ride, but you know what? It's not Dinosaur.
Sarah McLachlan's In the Arms of the Angels, please.
They also got rid of Tom Sawyer Island, and they're replacing it with fucking Cars Land.
what? No!
Hey, I'm gonna be so real with you. That's fine.
Where are the children going to run around now?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
'Cause
You
they
put the
took-
kids
they
on an
took-
island in the lake and can't bother you.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground in Hollywood Studios. There's no playground and they took the one in Dino Land because Dino Land doesn't exist. There are no areas just to drop your kids off and let them run around and get the demons out. So now all the demons are going to be in line with you. I don't know what to tell you. They could have just renamed it.
That's assuming I go, and like, let's be very clear. I've been here for
You can fix that. I'll go
20
with you.
years.
I'll go with you.
I've gone more. Like, I went more before I lived here than I have since I've lived here.
Okay. I'm just very sad.
I'm sorry.
They took all of my stuff.
I'm sorry.
All of my favorites. Oh, they're redoing Rock and Roller Coaster, and now it's Muppets Takeover.
Oh, Muppets.
No more Steven Tyler with the big mouth that could totally eat a baby whole. Like,
I mean, that's
tragic.
probably fine.
it's tragic. That pre-show was.
That's yeah. The pre-show.
Steven Tyler's a bit of a
fucking
Muppet,
slaps.
though.
I mean,
So-
he's absolutely a Muppet.
They could just
I
leave
sure-
him there and put the Muppets around.
I sure
He-
hope so because when he talks in that video, his mouth is so big.
He'd fall under the Tim Curry school of acting.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. He is a Muppet, whereas, anyway,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
There's
Well,
other things,
we-
but that's my main complaint.
We have learned a lot in this interlude, and I was thinking about what you said, Elsie, about there not being those children's playgrounds for the kids to get the demons out, and I think we are going to start with some demon behavior because that is apparently where we are at. And Theo, you are standing there ready to hear Lucian's decision when footsteps come rushing up to you, and Misty approaches, looks very frazzled, and says, Dr. Lomax, I apologize for the interruption, but we have a few new patients who I dare say may need your delicate touch.
You hold that thought, Lucian. I'll be right back. She stands up, very perfectly manicured, walks out the door, and then turns to Misty and just, what the hell do you mean, my delicate? Can you not show me right away.
And as we move down the hall where we can hear a lot of disgruntled employees, I would like to do a montage of what we see. And I would like to start with Mara. Mara, what have you been doing to keep the medical staff distracted?
The first thing that Theo sees when she like gets near Mara is fucking finally a real doctor. You're trying to send fucking postdocs at me? I'm not an idiot. Like, do you actually think I'm stupid? I want treatment, not a fucking double blind experiment here. Generally just insulting the intelligence of anybody that talks to her, and I think that does include Ellie on accident at one point, and she's like, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I definitely imagine you have like brought multiple technicians just to tears at this point, and they are starting to rethink their careers, which, you know, might not be a bad thing for them to do if we are all honest with ourselves and each other. So that is one of the things we see.
There's definitely a moment when Mara calls her stupid that she just takes a moment of, why am I having deja vu? And then continues on with the montage.
And so jumping over to Connor. Connor, what have you been doing? I'll wait on Connor for a moment.
I debated it and I was like, I should wait. And then you were like, Connor. I was like, fuck. It's fine. Hi. I think in stark contrast, where Mara has been saying a lot, Connor is saying nothing. Like he's gone full into like the big intimidating guy. So like it was like pulling teeth just to get his name. There have been just a couple of stares where he's just looked at the person like if they said the wrong thing, he would squish them.
And I think Connor, I think while Misty was trying to navigate things with Mara, you got Bella, and she dropped her clipboard multiple times because their hands were shaking so much, and would ask you questions so softly that you could barely hear her.
Gotcha. So that's perfect. Then I have a reason not to answer because I don't know what the fuck you just said. Probably like leaned in close so he could hear her better, which didn't help. Certainly.
As they leaned like all the way back and then realized how unprofessional that looked and tried to straighten up and then realized Connor was like right there and just froze. As Misty's over with Mara but trying to keep an eye on Bella and is just going, keep asking the questions.
It's gonna take her clipboard. Just start looking at the questions.
And it's all, you know, very like typical medical questions: name, address, what brings you in today, how long you've had your powers, things like that.
Gotcha. He's gonna hold out his hand expectantly, not say a word.
And Bella just hands you a pen.
Cool. Like fully encompasses her hand and then takes it.
And she quickly moves away to go deal with Ellie. And as we follow Bella walking towards Ellie, what do we see?
Will not sit still for blood pressure. Will not sit still at all. Will not keep the thermometer under the tongue at all. You're not getting vitals. It's not happening. They're not going to be accurate. Any question is met with, I don't know why that's relevant. I'll just tell the doctor. Why do you need to know this? You don't need to know this. I'm not here for you. I'm not telling you what's wrong. That's my business. Anyways, you don't need that. I don't need to pee in a cup. It's like completely like deflecting anything and everything. You're lucky, again, just like Connor, to get her name. You don't need her date of birth. It's fine. Yeah, and just a lot of intentional movement to not allow for anything accurate to be recorded. And any medical history? No. Do you have powers? Maybe. I'm not talking to you. I want to see the doctor. Are you even a doctor?
As the poor nurse trying to talk to you, it's just like, no, I'm not a doctor.
Can I
I'm
get a
nurse."
sandwich?
Of course.
I'm kind of cold. Can I get a blanket? No, 2 blankets. It's really cold in here. 2 blankets.
And ice chips.
And ice and thank you. Thank you, Connor. And ice chips.
Yeah, that's the one thing he asked for. It's the one thing he said out loud as he hands back the paper that has so very vague information. Almost nothing. Don't even know why he bothered. And ice chips.
I'm gonna take the blood pressure cuff off myself. You didn't get a reading.
And the various employees are just scrambling, and several of them, including Bella, take that opportunity to go get you the things that you have asked for when they see Theo approaching. They just scatter.
And what is it we have here in the
Fucking
lobby?
priority.
Of course. All new patients are priorities here. Can I get a name?
I don't. Yeah, I'm fucking Mara. Sorry, that was mean of me. I guess.
First name
I'm
fucking, last name Mara.
Mara Moon Herschel. Moon Herschel hyphenated. I don't know if your system can do the dash. Sometimes the systems can't do the dash in between the names.
Oh, we can do the dash.
Okay, I
That's
just wanted to
fine.
make sure. Sometimes you don't. And honestly, okay, I won't get into it, but we have a lot to talk about.
Certainly.
That's Connor, and that's Ellie, and that's Zane.
You do not see Zane.
Oh.
Zane was
that's-
taken to a patient room. You're not sure where.
Mara, and that's where the fuck did he go?
Did Theo notice Zane go by?
No, but you did, I would imagine, just kind of automatically look at, the patients in intake, and you would see that there was a Z listed.
I believe your friend is... I suppose they were able to ask more questions, able to continue on with the program. Perhaps if you'd like to join them, can get moving on this. I believe powers. Is that what you're in today for?
I'm sorry, nurse. Nurse, when's the doctor gonna be here?
I am the doctor, sweetie. I am
Oh.
Dr. Lomax. How
You
can
don't-
I help you?
You don't look like a doctor. Sorry. I
Where'd you
guess
go to
can ask your
school?
questions.
I don't see how any of that is relevant, but just takes a second in stunned silence and then So are you familiar at all with our program here at Cosmos? What seems to be afflicting you?
Connor would like to transform his body into different elements in the room.
You do that, no problem. I'm not even going to make you roll to unleash your powers. You can
Fantastic.
take on whatever elements you would like.
An impressive demonstration, but you don't seem to be familiar with our program here at Cosmos. You seem to control your powers just fine.
Okay, would you enlighten us to what the program is?
Of course, here at Cosmos, we are looking towards the future of powered abilities and management of extreme possibilities. We are here to make sure that you are in control of your own destiny. And we're here to just help along the way. So, Connor, was it? You seem to, unless you're interested in modifying your powers in a certain way, are you looking to, not sure.
Hurts.
It hurts. So are you looking to potentially remove these powers? Are they a hindrance on your day-to-day life activities?
Always hurts.
Of course. The pain that we hold inside can be a real burden, and I imagine if you're always shifting through matters and elements, that can be difficult to know who you really are. Well, here, Cosmos, we can absolutely help you figure out who you are.
Connor looks at you, like as you're talking, looks at you, and then immediately turns to Ellie and Mara. Stupid.
Yeah.
We got that. Is it so?
Oh,
Like, what
that's
specifically
hurtful.
do you do? Can I ask that? Like, can I? You're just yeah. I'm gonna manage the possibilities, man. Like, what do you do?
Specifics about the program are limited to those who are interested in joining it, but I can
Oh,
tell
I
you
get it.
that
It's a
we
tough
can
question.
help you modify, enhance, and better control your powers. And in some cases, she lowers her voice, even help you get rid of them. In the most extreme cases, those that are making you hurt all the time. Wouldn't you want to not hurt all the time?
How?
Well, there's a reason I am Dr. Lomax. It's my specialty, actually. There are various routes towards removal of powers, and all of them are influenced by each other's physical, mental. Some would even go so far as to say spiritual, but we start with how your power manifests and try to control the symptoms. Sometimes there are different clothings and medicines that can be taken to try and restrict these things. And then there's, of course, the mental exercises to essentially work on leaving that part of your mind locked. If you're unable to access it, you even forget you have powers and can just go about day to day like you were normal.
Sorry, you said forget that we have powers.
Well, it is an experimental avenue, but one
Well,
that
I think I'm pretty familiar.
does show promise. Of course, it has to be combined with other techniques, and all of them should be viewed and done hand in hand with somebody who's taking you through this process. But it's certainly it's taking the idea of mind over matter to its most extreme, and you would be surprised what the body can do if you convince yourself that you're okay.
Can the body try to destroy itself if you forget?
Well, that's one of the reasons why you have a care team that works alongside you so that you can monitor signs of self-destruction or the various alarm bells that go off. You see, even the brain is a funny thing. Even when it is trying to melt down or something's going wrong, we'll see patients try to essentially a part of their mind knows something's wrong and is signaling to others to help. It's whether it's crying uncontrollably or saying things they don't remember, even so far as sleepwalking and trying to get somewhere else. It's but you don't see that in a healthy mind that has fully been integrated into the process. That is strictly one's own mind rebelling against itself. So if you don't see those signs, then you're probably not self-destructing.
No, not those kinds of signs. Those seem pretty harmless. I'm talking about dying. Can the body literally destroy itself?
Yeah, and can we keep this answer to 5 words or less, maybe?
Yeah. You kind of talk a lot.
Bodies are always dying.
Check that out.
Specifically, though, when powers are removed. Can you fix that?
You can go like a little bit over the 5-word limit if you want.
Like maybe 10.
Theo, it
sentences.
does occur to you that you've heard of some studies like that, but what is disconcerting, especially as you have just been talking about the brain and memory, is that you can't seem to quite remember that. What it was. Maybe it was an anecdote somewhere. Maybe it was in a patient's file. And I would like to ask, is Theo so caught up in herself and this chaos that she would not attempt to pierce the mask?
I think with all of the talks about her powers and all of I think the deja vu that is kind of cut in has been enough for her to pierce the mask this time.
Yeah. Roll that. Let me know what you get.
Infamously, really good rolls here on
Infamously.
They Call Us Villains. That's an 8. That's a flat 8.
And so with that, what question does Theo want to ask?
I think with all of the strange things going on, I think she is going to ask, what are you really planning?
And Theo, you are looking back and forth between these three, and you're not sure if it's that feeling of deja vu, that feeling of familiarity, that feeling almost that you've been in a similar situation with these exact people before. But I imagine that Theo has not necessarily been searching through the thoughts from the people around her. No more than might be like very surface level. But I'm wondering, and I will let each of you tell me this. What is the deeper thought that Theo picks up from each of you?
Sure, I'll go first. I'm going to give you a couple because there are a few layers that you get with Connor. You get the initial thought of counting. Like just seconds. And then that sort of filters away, and you get just a primal yell, just a scream. It is rage and pain all at once. And then behind that, there's a thought. As long as they don't cut my brain again, as long as they don't cut my brain again, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. It's just sort of on repeat.
And how about Ellie?
Ellie's would be, I think, pretty frantic thoughts around repetitive variations of I don't want to die, I just want answers. Yeah, I think those are her too. The I just want answers would have like subtext feelings of it's not just for her, but for everybody. Um, but the anxiety definitely comes from I don't want to die.
Mara is Mara got a lot quieter once Theo started saying things about taking powers away. And a thought that is like near the surface is, shit, Valen's right. Like Valen's been right all along, hasn't he? How fucking stupid am I? And then another maybe more relevant thing is I was going to say this actually, but like before the Pierce the Mask girl, Mara was going to text the group and be like, any updates? So that thought is probably there.
I suppose relevant to the situation, somewhere in that jumble or in those layers of whatever the fuck cake that is Connor's brain, you get flashes of people's faces.
Do I get Casey's?
You sure do.
Fuck everything else that you guys said, unfortunately.
Incredible. You would have also, however, seen Lucian. But Casey is in there in the list of people.
Where is he? Where is Casey?
And I think that is a great place to pan up onto the roof where we indeed see Casey there with Scylla and Valen as they are preparing their infiltration mission. And just as we see the three of you up on the roof, we see Gray materialize. It looks like he might have just like run up one of the walls through the ceiling to get there, because he is coming at you at an angle. And they look a little bit panicked and skid to a stop. You're not quite sure how that works because they're not corporeal, but he says, "So we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. Yeah. So the others are in there. I saw them get in, but They're not the only ones that are in there. Lucian is in there. I think he might be about to give up his powers, maybe. Not entirely sure, but Theo. Theo is there.
Oh. Boo. Well, I mean, is she nearby?
Nearby to what?
To where we need to go to get the medicine?
Yeah, about that medicine. There's a lot we need to unpack there. I'm just trying to figure out what our, priorities are at this moment.
Making sure Ellie doesn't die is a pretty big one. Like the top one.
Cool. I don't actually think she's gonna die. I think we just need to get her out of here.
Oh, because this is a TV world, like Valen said.
Mhm.
Oh! But it wanted us to go. Oh, is this a trap?
It might be. What do you do with the trap? Do you spring the trap? Do you?
Well, I mean, when I watched The Great Mouse Detective, they sprang it early to derail it.
That was what I was thinking of. Yes.
Isn't
The
it a
mice.
great movie? Sorry, I got distracted. Priorities. Well, what? So we need to get Lucian and the others out, and we don't need the medicine. We just need to make sure everybody gets out. Is that what you're saying?
That's my best guess. I had 10 seconds. I got what I could in that period of time. I got a lot because 10 seconds is not 10 seconds for me, but I saw Ellie's file.
Okay. What did it say?
It's her file. I'm not going to tell you her medical business.
Did you read it?
Yeah,
So you already know it.
I know it, but you don't know it, and I want her to
Right,
have the choice.
Just tell us what's in the file.
Do you really want to spend your time on that, Valen? I'm just asking.
It's like Valen's about to slap her.
If Gray wasn't a ghost,
Corporeal.
I like to imagine that Valen tries.
There's like that aborted gesture of just like, okay, I guess not. Just hold on to that information because I have questions for it later. Where is Theo?
And Gray starts to describe the layout very quickly, probably too quickly for you to fully grasp it, but you're able to take enough to know Theo is near the patient rooms, which are near the back of the building.
She's near them, but she's not in them. So that's where our friends are? Where Lucian is?
That's where the three of them are?
Lucian, Bridget, Onyx.
No, that's where Connor and Ellie and Mara were.
Well, they're distracting. So where did you see Lucian?
Oh, they were in another room down the stairs. It was down the stairs.
Was there an exit near there?
I didn't have enough time to fully map out all of that space, but I could.
I mean, either there's a nearby exit we can get everyone out of, or we just bring everyone back up to the roof.
I mean, there's an exit on the main level. It's just that Lucian's not on the main level.
Okay.
Where is Zane?
Yeah, that was why I stopped when I said 3, because There were 4, right?
He went in with them. He's on Team Distraction. You didn't see him at all?
I didn't see him at all.
You saw
But
everyone.
maybe he was in one of the rooms that I didn't take enough of a look in. Maybe. And I'll say you honestly can't tell if it's possible given what Gray said about not having mapped out some of the layers, but he seems a little shaken to realize that Zane wasn't there.
Valen, you're our team captain. Is the plan to just ignore the medicine and just get everybody together and out?
I think that's probably our best bet right now.
Okay, it's a rescue mission now. Gotcha. Okay. And you said Bridget and Onyx were near Lucian?
No, I didn't see them at all. I just saw
Oh.
Lucian. I don't know if they're here.
Okay, let's get Lucian first, and then maybe he's seen them and knows where they are.
Can you try to find Zane while we go get Lucian?
Yeah, I can do that.
And maybe if you see Bridget and Onyx too.
Yeah, I can keep an eye out for them.
Good job.
Okay, let's go get Lucian. Do we get a text from Mara? Does Mara actually send the text?
Mara would for sure send the text when she types it.
I think you just get, in perfect grammar, time to go with an exclamation mark at the end from Valen.
Outside a bunch of question marks?
We need to get out of this building. We're gonna try to find Lucian. And then these are all rapid fire. Where's Zane? Ellie doesn't need the compound. Like, it's just message after message of Valen kind of thought vomiting.
Mara's just gonna toss Ellie her phone. So Ellie can read that.
Okay. I don't say that out loud. Okay. I just want to throw it. I want a picture like after it's time to go. It's just like 17 running man emojis, and then I'm
pretty much.
I'm gonna hand the phone to Connor.
I just love how you're all doing this in front of Theo.
Absolutely.
And it was a group text. You all got the message, but you're all sharing each other's.
The phone was handed to me. The phone was handed to me, so I looked for the messages. So I said, I don't know.
Okay.
The logical thing would be handed to the next person.
So taking the phone, fully ignoring your question, until he reads it and goes, "Where's Lucian?"
Door slams. Shut. Locks. Where is my son?
Okay, well, it's good to know that your mania transcends genres.
Harvey, you want to do the thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna roll using telekinesis one of the rolly chairs from behind you to try and dead leg you into sitting down in the chair.
And Mara is going to make it super heavy right when the chair hits you.
All right, I need each of you to roll to unleash your powers.
Okay.
Can I charge him up first? Can I do the charge instead? Because that's easier.
If you very much want to, that is up to you if you want to throw that out there right now, Harp.
Go get him, do good.
Yeah, well, I can just take a free super success on it if I charge well.
That's true.
Okay, I charged okay. I charged
an
okay.
11, but I have a -2, but that's a 9. That's a 9.
Incredible. So, What about you, Harp?
Uh, so to charge, I rolled an 8 total. So I take a condition, but then I get an automatic success on my thing with the burn I get. So it's a you count it as a 12. I
And
just
I
have a
don't
ton of conditions.
wanna to fuck this up, so I don't want anything unstable or temporary. So
What condition are you taking?
all right, which two do I have left? This is the most sane thing to do, right? I think angry. I think angry because she cares about Casey a lot, and it's only when he's mentioned that she cares. And so you were just interested in research and our abilities and our powers until now, until you knew he was here, and then you forgot about us and then cared about your son. Fuck you, you fake ass bitch. So afraid.
I will take it. And so with the combination of your respective abilities and okay, I just have to like say I am loving Mara and Ellie's friendship as it is developing.
Surely nothing bad could happen to it.
Oh,
Surely
God.
nothing bad can happen to it.
Surely.
Surely.
Never.
Don't call me Shirley.
The amount of time Harp and I talk about combo moves is it's pretty fun that to get to actually do one.
And so, Theo, you are gearing up to be threatening and ready to fight. And suddenly you find that one of those chairs is moving right towards you. And you're, I'm sure, thinking, I can navigate this. This is child's play. But then you realize gravity is changing around you. And that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't be something you are losing control over, but you are.
If you remember from the first Marvel Avengers movie where Loki is talking about being a god and then the Hulk kind of smashes him real quick, it's about that level of surprise and like, what? Like you go to take a step and now suddenly she's in a chair and like fully like kind of just stuck and can't even move to face, but is now just sitting there struggling against a weight she can't move over and in a chair that wasn't there a second ago.
Gotcha. Uh, where is Lucian?
She doesn't say it. Uh, but telepathically, she says to um, all of you, I'll tell you, just let me know he's safe. Get him the hell out of here.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were doing.
He's safe.
You, I picture it as like Connor shares an image of Casey in the carriage with everyone and like kind of like sees the flash of everything she hasn't seen and then relaxes. Mara, you could feel the like her shoulders relax seeing that Casey's with the group, and then all of you would get the image of the room number and like a path directly there as if following her footsteps.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
hey, Rose. Hey,
Mhm.
Rose. I'm just gonna throw this out there because JT did redeem chaos earlier, and I haven't used that chaos yet.
no,
Okay.
JT.
I think as
JT.
you give that image to them, you don't mean to, but you almost rewind back to those words that you said to Lucian. So, Connor, you are treated to a play by play of Theo. We'll just describe it as intimidating Lucian into agreeing to give up his powers.
Oh, you don't sense any bit of remorse from her. Like in this psychic connection, you can tell she thinks she's doing the right thing.
Hey, friend. Since we're already telepathically connected,
Yeah.
you remember that layer of scream that I mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all pointed directly at you. And for a moment, there's that knee jerk reaction to just sort of take you and the chair and have you merge with the floor.
Yeah.
And instead, using the path, I'm going to see if I can just go straight down. Mara,
What's up?
I'm going to need to be heavier. And hey JD,
Yeah.
I have this thing. I have this little ability, right? I have a move. It's called Unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah,
I would love for you to use that and to roll that.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, let me do math. Great. 7, 8. So we're gonna mark a condition.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am going to be slamming or smashing through the floor. Just very like DBZ crater type shit. And then just it all around him and he's going down.
Absolutely incredible. What condition are you marking, by the way?
Well, guilty. Yeah. Because he should have been more on trying to find Lucian, and the fact that he's just here and got, he's not feeling great about that. So he's gonna go fix that.
And so, Connor, you break apart the floor beneath you. And I think we pan away Valen and Scylla. Well, I'd like you to describe to me what it looks like when Valen and Scylla break into this building.
Well, I guess is the door locked because it's the roof?
Oh, the
Okay.
door's locked. I just have faith in some of your breaking and entering skills.
AKA Valen's breaking and entering skills.
Yeah,
correct.
I would like to B&E into this place.
Valen does not need to roll for that. That is just something Valen can do. This
Instinctual.
this is nothing for you to get through. You've navigated much more difficult locks. Honestly, this security is a little sad, but not in a sketchy way, in a way that they just never assumed anyone would try to do this.
I assume we're into a stairwell
Yep.
that just goes straight down.
It only goes down one floor.
Okay.
Yeah. So
then
roof access only.
down that one floor and through the next door.
And Scylla, I just have to ask, do you enter like a normal person, or do you find ducks to slink your way through?
Well, clearly, if the goal is to get somewhere as quickly as possible, Scylla will offer to go slither through the ducts if Valen and I mean that would leave Valen and Casey together.
It sure
Which-
would.
Which would be a choice. She's gonna be like, "Do you want me to go through the ducts to be faster to try to track people down, or do you want me to stick with you guys?"
I think fast is the best way to go about it.
You got it.
Just
So
be
she
careful.
will just. I will. You too. We're supposed to all make it out. And she will find a duct cover and just kind of pry it off, and then just kind of compact herself down and just kind of elegantly like just slither on through the vents, just kind of pressing herself against the side to make as little noise as possible, and just skitters through and just kind of peeks through the little slats through each room she goes to try to find who's in there. Like,
And I'm imagining, Scylla, since you were following the instructions given to you and the focus was on getting Lucian out of there, that you would essentially slither your way out of one of those vents just in time to see the ceiling collapse and Connor drop down through.
so she was coming out, heard the ceiling start crunching, and just kind of back in with just like her feet and her fingers just peeping out, just like, "Oh, Connor, you found Lucia too!"
I did. I'm gonna rip the door off the hinges. We don't need that. That door is useless. We're just gonna have to full destruction mode right now. Is like not giving a single fuck about that door. We're not doing the medicine.
No, the plan is that we just need to get Ellie out of TV land. Like, Valen wants to take us all out of TV land, and then she won't be at risk of dying anymore.
Okay.
I can go back in the vent and try to find Bridget and Onyx if you have Lucian.
Okay.
Or do you want me to stay with you guys?
No.
Okay,
See if there are others here.
I will. And just skitters on back in and starts going through the vents through each room to find the rest of the Hemlock gang.
And see if you can find Zane. He disappeared.
I'll find him. Don't know why he disappeared. That's really weird. Skitter.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna go in to check on Lucian.
Lucian is standing. He is turned towards the door that you have ripped off its hinges and is initially looking alarmed just because the door was just ripped off its hinges, but you can see that they relax a little bit when they see it's you. But then also seeing how angry you are, it isn't a reaction of fear. It's more of a reaction of uncertainty in terms of just trying to gauge where you are at.
Gotcha. Seeing him, that level of rage comes down a bit. A lot of that replaced with concern. Hey, you okay?
Hey, didn't I didn't expect to see you here. It's been a time.
Okay. I'm just gonna pull him into a hug.
And he wraps his arms around you as best he can, given how much smaller he is than Connor. And says, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't ask Theo to take my powers away.
Good.
No, it wasn't good. It was so fucking selfish.
No. Not selfish. Your powers aren't bad. You just need to learn to control them.
That's what I've been trying to do, Connor. It hasn't worked. It all happened again. I killed another room full of people.
Um, well, we're almost done. This isn't real. This
What do
is
you-
just someone else's powers. You didn't kill people again.
I didn't do it again, but that doesn't stop the fact that I did it the first time. I mean, Dr. Lomax, she was right. Every person I hurt because I didn't give up my powers, that's on me.
No. Who you hurt moving forward. If you don't work on it, that would be your fault. What happened before, those people you hurt, the ones you killed, you owe it to them to do better. You owe it to yourself. You can do good with your powers. I've seen it.
And that's a moment that stops Lucian, because even though everyone's memories here have been scattered and scrambled, he remembers that moment, sitting with you, singing to you, and the comfort and peace that brought you, Connor Creed.
I think very quietly and not well. Not well. But he can hold a note. He just can't carry it very far. But he will hum the song that he sang.
I thought that was just a dream.
No. That was, I think, one of the most real things that's happened to me in a very long time. So, we're gonna get out of here. And you need to come with us. I'd like for you to sing to me again.
I'll sing to you each and every time you ask, Connor.
Let's go.
He starts to move alongside you and doesn't so much pull you to a stop because, well, that's not physically possible for him to do.
Mhm.
And just for a moment, he rests his hand on your chest. I hope, Connor, that you believe that each and every word you said to me applies to you too.
I'm trying to.
That's all I can ask for. Because, Connor, I want you to see what I see.
Okay. You'll have to tell me someday. See if they match.
And he nods and takes your hand.
We're gonna GTFO.
And so we are going to jump over to Casey and Valen for the moment, and that duo and how things are going as the blurred spectral form of gray is just running around this entire complex.
Valen has tripped Casey down the stairs. Just thrown that boy down the stairs. No remorse. Sprints past him, yells, "Keep your fucking feet." Keeps running.
I imagine that this has definitely delayed the two of you because, of course, he had to run after you and use his strength to throw you so that you could remember that he's stronger than you are.
Yep.
So the two of you are not sneaky, not quiet, and definitely causing a disruption. As I am imagining, we see like Connor and Lucian just come like bursting through the door at the top of the stairwell to the level they were just on.
Shit. You found him. Where the hell did you come from?
Well, this floor.
Okay.
I went down.
Okay. Where's everyone else?
Mara and Ellie were dealing with Theo.
Not great, but we'll take it.
She's having a timeout.
Okay. Actually, that sounds perfect. That's amazing. Does
Looking at
Casey
looking at Casey.
Yeah. How does Casey respond to that?
Casey seems conflicted. He's stopped his immediate posturing and rivalry with Valen for the moment, but you can see on his face there's a part of him that wants to go find Theo, and there is a part of him that is terrified to do that. They're not they're not hurting her, right? Like Ellie wouldn't hurt someone.
No. And I'm not going back in there because I might.
That seems like a good choice for you to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about your family, but the lack of care you have for literally anyone other than the two of you is disgusting.
You don't know the first thing about me, Connor.
I'm beginning to think I don't want to.
fine. It's your choice to make.
She's in patient room 3. Tell her if she ever talks to my friends the way she spoke to Lucian, I'll end her. And I don't care if I have to go through you to do it.
Not passing along that message to her.
If you want to let it be a surprise, fine.
And Casey leaves without another word.
God damn it. I grab his hand.
What? I was just told to go there.
I told you where she was.
You don't have to go there.
We have
You're just going to
phones.
leave Gray wandering this facility? Not knowing where he is?
We had a plan to meet back up, right? So Gray's going to meet back up.
Ellie's got your mother under control. Mara, I'm sure, is doing her damn best to help. Right now, we need to get out of this facility.
So what? We're just going to leave her here?
Yeah. Yeah, we fucking are.
Valen, what the fuck?
Don't act like you're not afraid of her. This is the easiest fix. She terrorizes us.
Valen, I can be afraid of her and not want to leave her in a fucking television.
Not right now, you can't. If you go and find her, we leave you here too.
Will you let me say goodbye?
I look to Connor.
Fine.
Fine as in actually fine, or fine as in I do this and you all fuck off and leave me here too?
Better be quick about it.
I don't lie about the promises I make.
Understood. And Casey shakes his hand free from Valen and resumes walking. What is happening in the patient room when we go back to it?
Eileen, now that we can talk freely, what is up with that guy? Just not acknowledging Theo's in the room.
Which guy?
Your boyfriend. That man.
Which one?
Okay, the one that I'm clearly talking about.
Zane?
Yeah.
No clue. Actually, Mara, thank you. Looks over at Theo. You read minds, right? That's how you're in our heads.
Yes, I'm a telepath.
Okay, I need that. And I'm just going to touch your hand.
Okay.
Hey, Ellie, roll to unleash your powers.
Ah, shit. Okay. I didn't have to roll last time. Why do I have to roll this time? This is bad. Okay, hey, Harp, before I roll, you remember when I said I need backup?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry for whatever happens next.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
How'd it go?
That was a
How'd that
6,
go?
but that's -2, so that's a 4.
Oh my god. How do you do this? How do you do this? Every time.
I don't know.
Well, good news is you get a potential.
Are you at 5?
Do I have to mark a condition?
You do
Or is
not.
that okay?
You do not.
No, I'm at
in-
3.
Okay, so you're.
Oh, I don't have to mark it. Oh, okay, never mind. It's okay.
I'm-
We're fine.
I was asking, are you at 5 advancement at this point? Because
No,
I
I'm
feel
at
like you
3.
should.
I'm at 3.
That's crazy. That's
It's okay.
crazy.
Or 3 potential. No, I have only advanced one time. Funnily enough. But I thought you meant like 5 conditions because I thought I was about to
No.
be, and then I was like,
Mm-mm.
oh.
You're not there quite yet. And so Ellie, you touch Theo's hand with the intention of taking her powers. But the problem is you do not have Theo's control over those powers. So the moment you touch her hand and you take in that ability to hear thoughts, it immediately becomes overwhelming because you are hearing what is happening in this room. You are hearing Mara's thoughts. You are hearing Theo's thoughts. You are hearing every frantic staff member's thoughts as you realize that they are saying, hey, there are some intruders in this building. This is a problem. And you hear Valen's thoughts. You hear Connor's thoughts. You hear Lucian's. You hear Scylla slithering in the vents. You hear all of that, and you can filter out none of it.
If I may, I would love for one of the first thoughts, as soon as you touch her hand, is Theo's voice kind of gasping, "Why would you want this?" And then
Just like the dam, and then it just goes, wow.
Okay. All right, great.
It looks like someone in the chat gave Ellie a reroll.
I could re-roll, but I don't
Or you
know
could
what-
save it for later.
I will let you save that for later.
Yeah,
if
I
you
wanna
want
save this
this
for
to
later.
be a narrative moment.
I think this is a narrative moment because I think it gives some kind of clarity to why Theo is the way she is.
Nova.
A bitch? No, not that part. She's just actually awful. It's more like why she has the feelings towards powers the way they are, because this is awful. And I think she grabs her hand, like her temple with one hand, and like immediately like snatches her hand back and trying to just like rapidly triage all of these thoughts at once, and like no matter one she gets rid of, another one comes up, and another and another and another. And I think she just like looks at the eyes like how just, I just need Zane's voice. How do I make it stop? How do I make it stop? This is how do I make it stop?
And I will say, Ellie, one thing that stands out is you did not hear Zane's voice anywhere. He was not in the cacophony of voices you heard. Just a fun little tidbit of information in case you wanted it.
JD, what the fuck is I'm so proud of this plan.
That's fucked.
Oh my god. He did this. He did this. Okay. Cool. How do I make it stop?
Is Theo still under gravity?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Theo is still under gravity because I'm assuming if it started to let up, Mara's just spending another burn on that.
Yeah. At this point, Mara's like, Ellie, are you okay?
No, I'm not
And-
okay. I can hear everything.
Okay. Just sit down. Everybody else will be here soon.
There's
Why aren't
no
we
way she's
friends?
sitting down. What do you mean why
I
aren't we
didn't say
friends?
What? I didn't say
What?
that.
Oh no,
What?
no, no. No, 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 no. I can't deal with this right now.
Okay. It'll be okay, Ellie. It'll be all good. We'll be fine.
There's like
Okay.
pacing. There's absolute pacing back and forth. Like you said, sit down. She's like, I cannot sit down physically right now. I cannot stop moving because my head is going too fast.
Mara's gonna yell out the door, "Hey, we need help with Ellie." Just to like whoever is there.
And that's the moment that Casey walks in and says, Ellie, Mara, time to go.
Yep. You want help carrying her? I'm not very strong.
I trust that you can do it. You do gravity shit. That should make it easy.
That's actually pretty true. Ellie, come on. I'm gonna grab Ellie's arm, making sure not to touch her.
I already have your powers.
Yeah. Well, I don't. You can't do shit right now. I don't know how.
I don't know either.
You're
I
freaking
don't know.
out.
I don't know what's about to happen. I think she looks at Theo. She looks at Casey, and then back at Theo, and then back at Casey, and then back at Theo, and it's just like one more time, like in her mind, just thinking so loudly, how do I make it stop? Like desperation in her eyes.
I'd like to, at GM's discretion, use my burn. Great. I'm gonna roll first, and then I'll let you know what I do. That's a 4. I still hold 2. I mark 3 conditions. That's fine. I jump to 4. I'm going to take hopeless, guilty, insecure, and afraid. I am going to use moat. That is spend 1 burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. I'm going to create a moat to filter out Ellie's thoughts. That is essentially going to be a psychic link to just put it in between her and her comrades. On that, she's going to say 2 things. There's going to be 2 layers. One of them is a memory, and the other is her words. The first memory is you see about 5 years ago. This Theo in auburn hair and everything. And you see her turn to Casey and say, okay, I know that it's been disappointing that you didn't get any powers, kid. I know it's been really, like, it's been tough at school, it's been tough at whatever, but my work here at C.O.S.M.O.S, I think we finally got it. I'll just be able to whip this up and it should be able to give you something. You can take this along and as long as you take the full thing, I think it should give you just like a gambit of whatever, super speed, super strength, invincibility. Like you could live forever. And I don't know. This is the moment, babe. Pookie, we're gonna give you those powers. And then it fades. And her thing is, I can hold this as long as I focus. Go. It should give you enough time. All I can do is stay here. Looks at Casey. I love you, Pookie. Time to go.
And Casey nods, and there are tears in his eyes as he says, I love you too, Mom.
Never get tired of hearing it. And I think that is going to be the memory that you hear as if a record skipping. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. And she's going to stay there focusing on that and making sure Ellie has enough spoons to get through.
Damn okay. There's just I don't think that Ellie has anything else to say except for thank you. It's hard to process that in real time because that has a lot of weight to it in and of itself. I'm sure it comes with a weight, not just the memory itself. But at that point, it's probably easy for Mara to tug Ellie along. But I don't think she breaks eye contact until she has to like turn around to walk. And she's calmed down quite a considerable amount. It's obvious, but she doesn't say anything out loud. And I think just with that knowledge that she has a link between her and her friends here is just broadcasted. Where are we meeting up?
And we see another montage. We see Mara and Ellie, followed by Casey, running through the hallways. We see Valen and Connor and Lucian making their way through the facility. And it's strange in a lot of ways that even though there's staff there, even though this building should be going on lockdown, you're finding your way through. Maybe it's because of that link that Ellie has that she is able to help guide you. But even Scylla appears with Onyx and Bridget. Gray rejoins the party as well without Zane, who he says he could not find. And
just to
You
clarify,
did
I
not.
encountered nothing of Zane in the vents.
You did not.
Cool.
And you all make your way running towards one of the exits. And as you push that door open, there is a blinding white light on the other side. And you're not quite sure where you've landed. But we'll find out about that next time. The last image we will get tonight, though. I need to know, Rose, what is the last image of Theo that we see?
I think that we see Theo's eyes exactly as we left her. She, even though the gravity is for a time now dispelled, she's still lying slumped in the chair, eyes glazed over. And I think we see just a shadowy black figure and cross, and her eyes move to follow something that we can't exactly tell. And it's just a look of recognition. But she still doesn't move. She's still, the part of her that matters is walking the halls of her empty home, but now playing on repeat the video of "I love you, Mom."
And we see all of that. And then the television turns off. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Thanks
So
for
that
having
was
me,
a lot.
I'm gonna whoop your ass the second this stream is over.
Looking forward to it.
Goddamn.
Cool. Cool.
Goddamn.
Where's that antler bitch? He was
Yeah.
coming up on us,
You know,
JD. Where's
wild.
that bitch?
Maybe we'll find out next time. Don't worry about it though. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I have to live with Steph after this.
I was about to say, you know, she
I'm
live
right.
with you, right? Okay.
I'm right up
okay,
the
okay.
stairs.
Yeah, you should. Can you go like bully him into telling you, hey, where's my boyfriend and how like
He's not gonna tell me shit.
You
I'm
can
gonna
try.
How much of this are we gonna remember? Because I need to whip his ass too.
So I will give you all a brief spoiler. I will give you this. you will all remember everything that
great.
happened.
Growth.
Great.
Growth.
I'm not taking that growth away from you.
Thank you so much. There was a question
Better.
about that. I was like, that's silly. Why didn't
Yeah.
would we do all this for nothing?
We were gonna fight. We were gonna fight.
No,
if you took that
absolutely
away.
not. But I know it is late, so I'm going to have us go around, do our outros, remind people of who you are and the cool things you're doing, starting with Harp.
Hi everybody, I'm Harper. I'm playing Beacons tomorrow on High Shelf Collective. Thanks for watching the C.O.S.M.O.S, everybody. That's a
Incredible, no notes. 10 out of 10. All right. I can't see the overlay, so that makes things difficult. So,
Q is next.
me
okay.
next.
I was just going to start picking people at random.
Fair enough, but I got you. We know the flow because Kian does last because announcements. Hi, I'm Q, everyone's friendly neighborhood cowboy maker. I played Connor Creed, who was the angiest he's been in a very long time. It was a lot of fun. When you don't see me here, you can find me out on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's Midnight No More _ INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I keep making cowboys. You can actually see one of those cowboys over at Tales from the Table Studios on Sunday, where I'm playing Deacon Starlight, the mechanic, for the Celestial Railway job. It is a space train heist. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had some tech gremlins last Sunday, but we're back at it this one, so do come and watch. Hey, JD, are we doing Redacted?
We're sure gonna try.
Okay. All right, on Thursday, over at Live from the Apocalypse, you can see me and a couple of other faces here for Redacted, psychological thriller horror, where we are just a bunch of bodies full of ghosts. And nothing bad going on there. And then alternating Tuesdays from this one, you can see me also on Live from the Apocalypse for Nephilim Tenebrous. There we go. Playing one of my many cowboys, but another space cowboy very specifically. Everyone, I keep trying to, smash with my character, and I keep being denied, which is rude, and I hate it. And then every other Saturday, not this one because MagFest, class reunion though. So just like that's a thing. I'm the non-isekai in an isekai game. Other than that, Black History Month is coming up, so just like keep an eye out. There are going to be games and things and stuff, and I'll likely be in at least one of them. So yeah, come and see that. That's it. That's all. I said too many words.
You did not. You said amazing words. All right, tagging you in, Steph.
Hi, I'm Steph. I've been Scylla. Still got those 2 conditions. When I'm not here, you can find me over at Live from the Apocalypse, also in Redacted, the psychological horror game. So many ghosts. We are constantly fighting tech issues in that game, but we're gonna power through these internet things and bring you the horrors once again. So many ghosts. If you haven't caught the last episode, that was our Christmas episode on the island. So sweet and wholesome with the rat family. You could also catch me in I'm not in this, in the upcoming, at some point this year, season 4 of a season of Secrets and Shadows, where there's so many fun, chill times. I say like a liar. It's going to be a time.
One letter. I sent my one letter. I done it. It had happened was.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a little treat before then too. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be fun too. A little update on the characters.
We love that. I am excited for that. I'm excited for all of you to make me cry as I have to experience what you are providing with those letters. All right, LC, you are up next.
Hey. I'm Elsie.
But you
I'm
should.
optimistic on all social media. I'm just processing a lot right now. as is the usual for this game, and I love that so much. Um, if you want to see me other places, I mostly am either here playing They Call Us Villains or on Tales from the Table Studios every other alternating Saturday. This upcoming Saturday is my Saturday for the Tales, not Tales, what? Path of the Fates. I got it. Jedi game, Star Wars, whatever. So if you like seeing me for the first time ever not entering a game with a toxic ship and also having a mentor, and then and then your splash damage actually gets somebody killed, and it is your mentor that you knew for 24 hours. Uh, so I don't know what that says about having a mentor or a toxic ship, but I'm just saying one of them is not dead. So, anyways, uh, no, it's a really fun game, and I've been told that choices were made by Cass that I predicted because this is what Cass does to me. But my mentor's back, apparently.
I'm sure there's no consequences.
Oh, there's
to that.
consequences. He's
I'm
got like
sure
a
there's-
Sith Lord sharing body situation. I pull on a Apophis him, and I'm not even involved. Like, okay,
Okay,
buddy.
yeah, no, there's stuff going on.
It's not me though. Not me yet. I've been promised something at some point. I don't know what. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got going on.
Incredible. We love to see it, LC. And now going to our special guest.
Hi guys, I'm Rose. I have been Dr. Theodora Lomax. Um, you can catch me on Tuesdays along with Q on Live from the Apocalypse, where I am playing the rustiest, crustiest engineer in all of space. And then keep on the lookout for other things I'll be doing. And I'm hanging around Entropy and LFTA. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much, villains. Enjoy your consequences.
You were an incredible guest to have, Rose. Thank you for the story that you allowed us to tell with Theo.
Best worst mom.
Absolutely my pleasure. Get me a mug with that.
We will get on that ASAP. All right, and I will jump in so that Kian can round us off with any channel announcements. But I'm just doing things week by week because I still do way too many things. So, in quick order, you can find me tomorrow night with Guild Superior in House of Eidolons, where we are playing a cyberpunk heist game. And I am upping all of my cyber tech so that it can essentially allow me to replicate the biometrics and impersonate any person that I encounter, because that is a normal and healthy thing to do. Then on Thursday, I will be running the aforementioned Redacted. On Saturday, we will be having the premiere of a game that I am so very, very excited for, because that will be the start of God Killer Desecration on this very channel, where I will be playing the God Killer, and I cannot wait. And then just because I need to continue religious trauma in my life, you can also find me next Monday with LFTA for Thy Kingdom Come, which is our Urban Shadows religious dystopia game where we are moving into endgame and hopefully going to cause a lot of damage and fuck up a lot of fascists. So I'm very excited to get to do that. But those are the things I have going on, and I'm going to tag in Kian now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. I'm going to run through Entropy's schedule because I am in mostly those things, so that makes it easy for me. Every other Monday, follow the Ashen Throne, a political intrigue D&D 5e game GM'd by Will. You can catch me there. Yesterday was a lot of fun. We had a really, really good time. I got to take somebody's head off, which was super satisfying. Every other Tuesday, obviously, here they call us villains, our horror masks actual play. Every other Thursday, God Complex, a Girl by Moonlight actual play, also GM'd by Will. Every other Friday, Weird Wilds War, a 5e actual play GM'd by JT. the finale of Blooming in the Raw, our Invisible Sun actual play, GM'd by yours truly, is going to be rescheduled, so keep an eye out for that. And then, as JD mentioned, Godkiller Desecration kicks off this Saturday, where I will be playing the GM. I will be playing all the gods. I'm so excited about that game. It is going to be such a good time. The only other thing I'll plug is I'll be hanging out with Harp tomorrow over at High Shelf Collective for Beacons of Firelight campaign. No, Arc 3, I think is what we call it. I can't ever remember. But yeah, that's me. I always forget about the raid. We're gonna raid somebody. I just don't know who it is. So stick around, hang out for the raid. Be sure to type messages in chat so that they get credit for the views. Also, be kind to yourselves, each other, and the planet. Take care of yourselves right now. Life is pretty brutal, so just do what you can to take care of yourselves and each other. But that's all that I got. I don't know if I'll hand it. JD, I'm gonna toss it back to you. I'm gonna package up the mic and send it back your way.
Perfect. And I'm just going to throw it back to all of you and say goodnight to everyone, cast.
Good
Good
night.
night,
Good
night,
everyone.
everybody.
everybody.
Good night, everyone. And Harp, take us out.
Okay, give me a second. Sorry. Okay.